Good morning, everybody. So there was really good questions last week in the discussion prompts, and through the week's activities, I hope that some of those questions were answered. But I wanted to spend a little bit of time, just for a couple minutes, to talk to you about some of those things that I saw. So the first thing is a checkings account and a savings account. They're both very useful. Think of the word savings. So a savings account is going to be where you save your money, and it's meant to kind of stay there. Now you have access to it, but there are fees that are attached if you want to pull all that money out, because the idea of a savings is for you to keep that money there for whatever you might need it for, an emergency fund or things that you're saving towards so that you can pay cash and avoid credit. Okay? And then you have a checking account. Checkings account are meant to be transactional. So for example, all of my paycheck goes into two different checking accounts and a couple savings as well. Okay, I have a savings for my son, I have a savings for myself, and then I have two checking accounts. One checking account I use specifically for gas, okay? It's just kind of my thing, like that's how I stay organized. Everybody is different. And then the other checking account that I have is meant for all of my bills, groceries, anything that I need, okay? And so that's meant to be transactional, the money going fluidly in and out and in and out. And that's okay. There's no fees attached as long as I don't overdraw. So if I have $700 for the next 2 weeks, I can't go beyond that. And if I do, I'm technically borrowing from the bank and they're going to charge me, right? And there's usually overdraft fees. So being careful of that. So that's the difference between a checkings and a savings, and both are very valuable. Now I have a bank where they're both tied to my same card. So when I go to the ATM machine, I can pull out from either account if I want some cash, okay, because there are places that still only accept cash. And I can go and pull that out. Or what's really cool is I have an app on my phone. And if I want to transfer money from one account into the other, okay, so if I want to move it from my savings into my checking so that I can use my card and go buy things, I can do that. So for example, all that $700 I was talking about, right? Say I went through it all and I just needed 50 more bucks until my next paycheck. I would go into my app and I would move $50 from my savings into my checking. It's super easy. And then boom, I have $50 on my debit card so that I can go shop. Okay. Now we're not into credit cards. We're talking about debit, and we're talking about savings and checkings. Those are your money. Okay. Now there was some things that I want to talk about too. Just making sure that you guys are being detailed with your responses in these discussions. Giving complete sentences, for example, guys. I mean, that is a huge part of getting prepared for anything that you're going to experience outside of high school. Okay, complete sentences. And also being aware that it's not just about you, it's about people in general and us as Americans. And so sometimes these discussion prompts go beyond your own little walls, okay, and go past that. So be considerate of what others might have for opinions, and not be so concrete with yours. The other thing is just making sure when you're giving feedback, okay, sort of like how I'm being detailed right now, you're being respectful of others and what they said, and not just saying, I agree, blah, 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 this too, and then like you're kind of like half a sentence and done. I really want you guys to take it further. So I'm going to get more strict, okay, with the grading. I gave you a rubric on that under course expectations of how a feedback should look. If you notice that these discussion prompts go from anywhere to 5 to 10 minutes, and I don't think many of you are at that 5 to 10 minutes yet. So you need to really focus on these, because this is your chance to engage with others and see how they feel, and you get to see those similarities. And it could be because of the age, right? Because of where you guys are in your life. And it could also just be really cool to see what others are experiencing and thinking as well, so that you can engage with others. Okay, so just taking advantage of that. Next thing is overall great. The emails have been amazing. So I think that's been a great source of communication. I hope I've been able to communicate very quickly back with you. As you notice, I do most of my grading for that week once the week is over, just to kind of give you guys that fair opportunity to make sure everything is turned in and done. And plus, I don't want to grade on the weekends, right? So if you have any other questions or concerns, just email me. I'm trying to think, was there anything else that I wanted to talk about? No, I think that's it. All right, you guys are all set. If you have any questions from this week, please don't hesitate to email me. And also, if you want to Zoom, just email me. We can set that up. Okay?